A boy from Chandigarh dreams of becoming an actor. He comes to Mumbai and does exactly that. Actor and singer, Ayushmann Khurrana has a zen-like calm and unbelievable positivity. Is it for real? Let's find out.
Hi Niranjan, how are you?
How are you?
Very good.
Good. Okay, so first I want to ask you, Ayushmann is a very unusual name. Whose idea was it to call you Ayushmann?
I've never confessed this. My parents had named me Nishant earlier.
Okay.
So my dadi said, Nishant na pareshan type lagta hai, you should just change this name. So they went ahead with Ayushmann. I think I'm the oldest Ayushmann here. Because I've never come across any Ayushmann who's older than me. Ab bachcho ke naam Ayushmann hai. Ayushmann, Anshuman.
Correct.
But yeah, Ayushmann is a basic blessing for long life. Mahabharat ke time par, Ayushmann Bhava. I used to sign off like that when I was an anchor. Okay. Ayushmann Bhava. But yeah, I think it's a unique name.
From your childhood, you knew you were going to become.
I always wanted to be an actor.
Really? And
first
how
time,
is that?
the first reference was my grandmother, my dadi. Used to mimic like Devanand, Dilip Kumar.
Really?
Yeah, I've never seen a woman doing it. So my dadi used to do that. And yeah, she used to sing in Gurdwara also in Punjab. I think there's a taboo there used to be a taboo in Punjab. Nobody wanted the kid to become an actor. सब बोलते थे क्या मरासियों वाले काम कर रहे हो, you know. But things have changed now, and wish she was alive right now, my dadi. She was the true artist.
But did they say that about males as well?
Yeah.
Okay, not just for
back
women.
in the day, yes. But now I think every parent wants the kid to become an actor. I think times have changed.
When you told your dadi or your parents that you want to be an actor, what was the reaction like?
They slapped me, yeah. I was 5 that time. My father.
What did he want?
Patach! Padhai pe dhyan do. Of course, yeah. I think it's the age is very, I don't know, impressionable. And they wanted me to concentrate on studies. And they always thought that, it'd be better if he concentrated on his studies and also takes part in these co-curricular activities. I became the co-curricular captain of the school to take part in musicals. There was this musical called Joseph and the Amazing Technical Dreamcoat. Andrew Lloyd Webber. I did that musical in school. I was in a Catholic school. So imagine all the Punjabi boys singing Christmas carols in Chandigarh. So yeah, the journey started as a school kid when I was doing theatre and music in school. And in college, I formed 2 theatre groups, Akhaz and Manch Tantra. We used to do a lot of street theatres. And we introduced this unique concept of doing musical street theatre. Oh. Technically or organically, most of the street theatres are very concept-based, issue-based, and they are actually boring. But to draw audiences and crowd, we used to have the dholak, guitars, harmonium, peti, and we used to just go in a crowd and start singing and start doing plays. So we started that in Chandigarh, and we used to move across the nation, used to take part in different youth festivals, Mood Indigo, Bits Pilani, everywhere. And we used to have these amazing train journeys which last 48 hours from Chandigarh to Bombay, go in these second-class sleeper trains and sing and perform for the passengers from one bogie to the other. And they used to give us money. And after Mood Indigo used to get finished, we used to sponsor our own Goa trips. Oh. So we used to get so much of money from people around. So yeah. So I can say I'm a trained singer. I'm a trained member.
That's trained singer. So then you used to write your lyrics at that time and sing yourself, or you used to sing songs that were popular?
Most of the songs, popular songs also. We used to be high on indie songs, in fact. Indian Ocean, Strings, or Parikrama. All those bands were very popular 10 years back. And we used to sing our own songs also. Pani Da Rang was composed during college. We wrote the song, me and my friend Ruchak Kohli, we wrote the song together. Saadi Gali, we wrote that song in college. Mitti Di Khushbu is also a college composition in a way. But yeah, we used to write our own songs.
At that time, you didn't want to become a singer. You were clear you wanted to become an actor.
I had to make a choice between the music club and the theatre club in college. So I chose theatre over music because I thought it was a more wholesome experience. Because there was a lot of music also involved with theatre. We used to write songs, compose our songs. And I always wanted to be an actor first.
How would you define your journey from Chandigarh to Bombay? Like when you decided that, okay, I've been wanting to be an actor for so long and whatever, but now is the time when I'm actually taking a step towards doing it. How did that transition happen? Was there resistance from your family? Did you have to convince them?
You will be surprised. I'm a very laid-back person. After completing journalism in Chandigarh, I was thinking of taking a sabbatical for 2 months. I thought 2 months mein acting aur karunga. I'll grow my biceps or probably, learn how to swim properly. still don't know how to swim, and become a Sarvagun Sampan, perfect actor. But that never happened, in fact. My father booked my tickets, packed my bags, I was thrown out of my place. मतलब लोग घर से भागकर एक्टर बनते हैं, मुझे भगाया गया था.
To become an actor.
To become an actor. Like now you should go and become an actor. You should not waste your time in Chandigarh.
So how did he shift his opinion from slapping you to for wanting to
I was
become
5
an
that
actor?
time.
But by the time you were 15, I think he had made up his mind that yeah, ये तो actor ही बनेगा, तो और कुछ
I was
नहीं
doing
बनेगा.
pretty well with theatre and music. So it was like, this is his calling. You should just pursue this.
Was Bombay as easy as that?
Surprisingly, it was quite easy. Yeah, it's quite easy. I think it's all about the timing. And the timing was correct. When I came to Bombay for the first time, a lot of radio stations were coming up, and I joined radio that time and went to Maika Ahmedabad to do this course in radio for 2 months. And when VJing happened, I think that youth channel was looking for RJs, and they were auditioning all the RJs, and I was one of them. So I think I was at the right time at the right place. So, as the saying goes.
You make it sound like it's been a fairy tale.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sure
been a
there were
fairy tale for
spaces
sure.
when it was not such a fairy tale. I'd like to know a little bit about that.
Childhood, yes. I think I was always a nerd. I used to look like a nerd. Glasses, braces, heavy eyebrows. So nobody thought I'll be the frontline actor in a film. Nobody expected that. I was very skinny, 50 kgs, 5'9", 12 standard. You know, my biceps used to come in my hand like this, so I was very skinny. So nobody expected me to be an actor. I was always an underdog. I used to play character roles in theatre, during my theatre days. But I don't know, suddenly I started looking decent. There was no deliberate effort. Suddenly, I think this divine intervention happened and I started looking decent. I joined this youth channel and started looking, probably working more on my styling and diction and the ways to look. Because as a radio presenter, everybody used to say you have a face for radio.
So you've had a 3-year career. It's been 3 years, 3 to 4 years in movies.
In movies, 3 years.
And before that, a lot of television. Within those 3 years in movies also, you've seen a lot of ups and downs.
Yeah.
So what is the secret of the bright smile that one sees all the time?
The best part is just up in the beginning, up in the end. So that's the bright smile. The reason behind the bright smile. I think, I don't know, I think I've said this a lot of times that, you know, success is a lousy teacher, but your failure is a friend, philosopher and guide. It's very quotation line. But yeah, I truly believe in it. I think your failures teach you a lot. And I've learned a lot from in between 3 films, between Vicky Dona and Dum Laga Ke Aisha. And I think I've evolved as a person. Like success and failure now probably don't bother me. I'm always happy. I think my smile is my birthmark.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what has your failure really taught you?
I think your first intuition is the best judge of the script of the film. I remember with Vicky Dona and Dum Laga Ke Aisha, when I read the script, I knew that I was going to do this film. And with the other films in between, 3 films, I always took opinions from people. I think your own instinct gives you the best lesson.
How did Vicky Donor come about?
Shujit Sarkar was looking for a person who looks clean. I don't know. When I met him for the first time, he was like, "Yaar, tu Vicky Donor karega." I said, "Mujh mein aisa kya hai? What do you think? Like, you just look at a person and you think he's a perfect sperm donor." "Nahi yaar, tu kar sakta hai." Like, of course I can do it. I have done it in the past. In 2004, there was this task on one of the reality shows. So I donated sperms for real.
Oh, really?
Yes. It was like he wanted somebody who was a Punjabi and had a connect with the youth, with the masses, and was not cheap or had a clean image. So he just thought that I'll be Vicky Donor. I did not audition for the film. He just selected me.
Oh.
I went to Delhi for the workshops directly. So there was no audition. It was amazing. Yeah.
Post Vicky Donor, what was it like? Like, I'm sure the film was a hit. People loved it. What happened after that? Like, was there like a line of offers and then you decided to choose what you want to do?
I always got offers which are slightly off-center. Not the typical conventional hero offers. And even my films like Nautanki Sala or Bewakufi or Hawai Zada, they were slightly off-center. They were not really conventional films. So yeah, I was getting a lot of offers for sure, but I was looking for something like Vicky Donor again. And in that quest, I think you don't always get certain kind of films, and your expectations suddenly grow a lot with the first big film. And I think that was the curse of the first big film, I think. Yeah.
So after those 2 films or 3 films that you did, which didn't really hit the mark, when Dum Laga Ke Haisha came, were you like a little, extra careful?
I was very nervous that time. I remember after Hawai Zada, Dum Laga Ke released exactly 27 days after Hawai Zada. And on 30th of Jan, Hawai Zada released. And next day, everybody knew what the fate was. And I got a call from Adi Chopra. Adi sir, he was like, we're releasing Dum Laga Ke Haisha on 27th of Feb. I was like, sir, मेरे साथ ऐसा क्यों कर रहे हो आप? Give me some time. And he was like, time ही तो नहीं देना है. We believe in this film and this will be like a healing touch to you. Mark my words. Like किसी की किस्मत 27 दिनों में कभी नहीं बदलती है, तेरी बदल जाएगी. That's what happened with me. And Dum Laga Ke Haisha released on 27th and got good reviews and became the first bona fide hit of 2015.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Do you feel like an outsider ever when you operate? Because this is something that I have also experienced over a period of years, coming from a non-film background. Yeah. Initially, especially in the initial years, first 5-7 years, you're always operating from the space of an outsider. Because there is a certain clannishness to it, or there is a certain insulation that you have within the business. Did you ever face that? Did you ever feel like there is a certain line that you cannot cross?
Do you think the times have changed now? Don't you think so? That it's easier for the outsiders now?
Perhaps you tell me. I don't know. You're somebody who's come in there.
In 2008, I went for this filmy party, and I noticed that nobody wanted me there. I did not know anybody, and nobody wanted to know me. So it was quite bizarre. So I stopped going for any party. As an anchor also, I used to cover stories or probably interview stars, celebs, and but I never attended the parties. I was like, till the time I'm not wanted there, I should not go. But having said that, I remember I was hosting one radio show in one of the TV award shows. I was just hosting one segment, and that also in a radio booth. So all the actors were coming inside that booth, and I was recording for the radio show. It was going live across the country. Karan was one of the celebs I was interviewing. I interviewed him. I was like, "Sir, मुझे actor बनना है. मुझे आपका number चाहिए." And he gave me a landline number of Dharma Productions. So next day I called up Dharma Productions. Yeah, I'm Ayushmann Khurrana. I'm a radio presenter and I want to be an actor. When can I audition? And they were like, dude, we only work with stars.
They said that on the phone?
They said that on the phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Karan, are you listening?
But it's very gracious of him that he wrote a testimonial for me. It's quite surreal for my book, Cracking the Code, Karan Johar recently. But yeah, I think if some random struggler approaches you with, please give me your number, I want to be an actor, what are you going to do? So he's absolutely right. तो वही करता है इंसान और क्या करता है?
So are there other trials that you made like this? Did you try elsewhere to make a mark? What was your strategy like?
There was no strategy. In 2006, when I came to Bombay for the first time to be an actor, I joined a radio station. And while I was interviewing, giving an interview for, giving an audition for a radio show, I met this guy from NSD. And I was like, bhai, mujhe actor banna hai, main kya karu? And he was like, I'm going to Balaji Telefilms to give an audition, but you can't come with me because they've only invited people to give an audition. And I was like sulking. I could either sulk or do something about it. So he took an auto. And I was just seeing that auto. I took another auto. Auto wale bola, bhai, uska picha kar.
Really?
Yeah, true story. And I did not know where Balaji Telefilms was. I had no idea. There was a second day in Bombay. So my auto was following that auto. I still remember उसके पीछे तेरे नाम लिखा हुआ था. So I got तेरे नाम का auto follow करना. So he was following that auto and we reached Balaji Telefilms. He got off the auto. He saw me coming. He was like shocked. तू क्या कर रहा है? मैंने कहा मैं सोचा कि आपके साथ चलता हूँ मैं भी audition देने.
So did you go to a lot of offices? Because normally what happens when you take your pictures is that most often the stories are those of rejection. Did you ever feel like that? And how did you take it when people either met you or made you wait for a very long time?
So that was the only time, that was the only audition in fact when I gave at Balaji Telefilms. And after that I joined radio, did radio in Delhi for 2 years. And again, it was my father who told me this is the time to go back to Bombay. I was very happy and satisfied in Delhi. I was doing the #1 show in Delhi. My hoardings were across the city. And I was the first RJ probably in Delhi जिसके hoardings लगे थे. So I came back to Bombay and Tarun Katyal, he was my boss during that time. He was like, मैं बात करता हूँ एकता से, तेरे को एक रोल मिल जाएगा. एक serial में. So I was doing one serial called Qayamat, and I was doing the second fiddle, second lead role. I had no dialogues.
Really?
I was playing the younger brother of Jai Bhanushali in Qayamat. I had no dialogues. I used to just give expressions. ये हो गया, माँ मर गई, बाप मर गया, कुछ हो गया. So there were like Madras shots coming every second, and I was like, मैं कर क्या रहा हूँ यहाँ पे यार? मेरा कुछ नहीं होगा यहाँ पर. So I packed my bags and went back to Chandigarh. I got frantic calls from the producers. Ki, where is this guy? What is he doing? I was like, you promised me a role, a lead role, but I'm getting this second or third fiddle. I'm doing nothing on the show. I have no lines. So I got a lot of threatening calls.
Really?
From the EP. तेरा घर बर्बाद कर देंगे, तेरा करियर बर्बाद कर देंगे, तो बॉम्बे में घुस कर तो देख. Thankfully, I did not sign any contract with Balaji that time. I think that was very unethical for sure. But I had to be selfish that time because I was getting nowhere that time. So for 6 months, I did this show called Ek Thi Rajkumari.
Okay.
On Z Next. I was playing the negative guy. Yeah. And during that time, I'd accepted that this is my life. I'll be one of the 200 faces on television. I still remember when I got a call from the youth channel that we've been selected as a VJ. That was the first time I cried out of happiness. I remember I was standing on a balcony in my small flat in Malad, having coffee at 12 o'clock at night, and there was this hoarding staring at me. Om Shanti Om ka hoarding laga hua tha. I was like, yaar, kabhi meri balcony se meri film ka bhi hoarding nazar aayega. After 5 years, Vicky Donor was placed at the same place.
The same hoarding.
Same hoarding. So I think that was quite surreal.
You're one of those actors, one of those rare actors, I would say, who came into the movies and by that time you were already married. First instinct when people come from that kind of a zone is to sort of either underplay it or sort of hide it. Did anyone advise you to do that? And what was your take on the whole thing?
I was already married when I was doing television. In fact, I recently got married before Vicky Donor. And there was no plan. And though I'm a private person for sure, there are times when she is with me for award functions, and there are times when she's on her own, she's also like me. And she also doesn't like too much of attention. And so yeah, but I think it mostly it's your craft which attracts people. Marriage, no marriage, I think doesn't matter. And there's no rule for sure. If Shah Rukh is the most charming person in this country, and he was always married.
Yeah, true.
There's no rule.
Did anything change with her, since you just mentioned that she's not somebody who's particularly fond of attention? And fortunately or unfortunately, when you become a star, your spouse gets the attention whether he or she wants it or not. So in her case, how was her reaction? What was her reaction? Was she like, Ayushmann, keep me out of it because it's really making me
I think
uncomfortable?
it was quite difficult for us. Immediately after Vicky Donor, we did not know what's happening to us because I had no time for her. And she was the one who was doing a lot of sacrifice. She was, and we had our own rough patch during that time that, this is difficult, we're not managing our personal life really well because everybody wanted a piece of you after a hit film. And you're going for events, for endorsements, for interviews, and you're never free and you're never there. And that was the time I recently became a father also during Vicky Donor. And it was terrible. But now, after 3 years, now I'm getting used to it. We are getting used to it.
One of the main problems in like most marriages that one sees, especially with male film stars, is the romantic scenes or intimate scenes with co-stars. Has it ever been like she's freaked out because she's seen a scene in a movie which she felt...
She got freaked out when she saw me kissing for the first time.
Really?
In Vicky Donor, yes. Because she's my first and the last girlfriend. And same way. We started dating when we were 16. And when she saw me kissing on screen, it was problematic for sure.
What was the reaction? Did she walk out of the
Yeah, she
theater?
walked out.
Really?
So we saw the film again and again and again, and she got used to it, and we got used to it. Yeah.
But didn't you have to explain, like, oh, why didn't you tell her, or that why
She
didn't
knew, yeah. She already knew that there was this kissing scene. But I think we've never been in a lot of relationships. That's the thing. So we're not used to seeing each other with anybody else or knowing about each other.
True.
So it becomes slightly difficult if you've not dated a lot.
But is there any area of your relationship with her that has changed since the time you became an actor?
I think every spouse of an actor has to make adjustments. And at the same time, if you want a happy family, then even actor has to make adjustments. It's both ways. It can't just go, one can't go solo with it. Is this that? I think, of course, we were happier when I was an anchor, or when I was doing radio. Of course, we had a lot of time for each other. We used to hang out, Juhu Chapati, or probably go for movie every day. And now that doesn't happen anymore. We used to go for plays. We still go for plays to Prithvi. But there was a lot of time in hand. And now there's less time and more agendas, more plans. Yeah, it becomes difficult.
You know, we always on the show give a chance for all your fans to own something that you have owned before. What have you got for us?
Listen, the thing is, since I'm a married boy, I don't have a flowery life. I can give a flowery tie. So this is my special flowery tie. I got it from Singapore, from Top Man, I think. So yeah.
And what's special about it? That is flowery.
That's flowery, yes. And it can add a bit of color with everything. Like wearing your grey. You're not a tie person,
Not
right?
at all. Not in the
But this is looking good on you.
I shall try. And what we do is we will put this up on the site and the viewers can buy it from there.
Okay.
And the proceeds will go to charity. Okay. But you'll have to sign it for the
Again, I'm not
person
expecting
who's
a lot
going
of
to
box
buy.
office collection with this one, but yeah.
You never know. You will be surprised.
You never know. The tie is unique.
So Ayushmann, now for the signature moment of the show, which is the
I've already
selfie
signed here.
moment.
That's a signature. It's okay.
It's my signature.
Okay.
It's the selfie moment.
Okay.
So Ayushmann, how often do you lie?
Quite often.
Quite often.
Yeah.
So you're a good liar.
I'm a decent liar.
So we'll test that right now.
Yeah.
Because you have to make 3 statements, out of which 2 will be true and 1 will be a lie.
Okay.
And the viewers have to guess which one is a lie. So which means you have to either make all 3 sound like truths or all 3 like lies.
Okay.
So, what are the 3 statements?
Number 1, I brush my teeth 4 times a day. That's an OCD. Number 2, I love wearing pink boxers. I find it very kinky. Number 3, I'm 5'11". And the lie is, I'm not 5'11". I'm 5'11 and a half. No, I'm 5'9 and a half.
Now I'm going to ask you 5 questions. You have to answer them as fast as you can.
I'll try.
Okay. Which is the song that you'd like to serenade your wife with?
You know, it's very nerve-wracking to sing in front of my wife because the father is a trained classical singer, though he's a journalist. But we have a lot of retro songs. One of them is Dil Ka Bhavar Kare Pukar from the film Tere Ghar Ke Samne. Dil ka bhavar kare pukar, pyar ka raag suno re. Ooh.
Wow, that was really good.
I'm out of Riyaz right now, so yeah. Thanks.
If there was a play on your life,
Yeah.
what would you call it?
As you like it. No.
That sounds...
Yeah. Or maybe Man Ki Bhadas. There's one play we made in second year of college called Man Ki Bhadas the musical.
Okay.
Man Ki Bhadas.
The musical.
The musical. Yeah.
How did it do? Or should I not ask?
Pretty
that?
good.
Okay.
Yeah, it was came first in IIT Powai, All India.
If there's any film in the last 2 years that you wish you had done?
Rockstar. 3 years.
Okay.
Rockstar.
Okay.
Just to lend my voice for my character.
Everyone has a nickname. What is yours?
It's very embarrassing.
No, you have to say it.
Nishu, because I was named Nishant when I was...
Oh, so you're called Nishu.
That's a very girly name, but yeah, that's my nickname, Nishu.
Which is the one actress you'd like to work with in today's generation?
Deepika and Alia. I think they're very spunky, they're very talented, and they'll push the limit. They'll just encourage me to act to it. Act better.
So this in-between phase of 3 films. 3 films and 3 films not working at the box office. is not easy for somebody who's just had one film which was successful. Because I'm sure it can shake the confidence of anyone when one film doesn't do well and then the other one doesn't do well. Did you at any point feel that it's time to pack up your bags?
No, never in fact. Till the time you're getting good reviews from the critics for your craft, I think you still believe in yourself. And of course, your prowess is gauged by the commercial success of your film. I don't think my confidence was shaken. I was always happy as a person. I never expected that I'll do really well or do this much when I came to Bombay for the first time. And I think life is giving a lot of surprises for sure.
Dum Laga Ke Haisha was a film, I think, where you interacted with Adi Chopra.
Yeah.
I'm sure you were able to learn a lot from him. How did he mentor you? I mean, is there anything specific that he told you that, Ayushmann, you've done this, but now you can't do this?
When he offered Dum Laga Ke Haisha to me, he never thought I'll sign this film.
Really?
That was immediately after Vicky Donor. He always thought that I look for something which is more conventional after Vicky Donor. And he almost expected that he na kehne wala hai. He already had 3-4 actors in mind.
Okay.
When I said yes to that film, he was surprised. And he was like, I'm proud of you that you're trying to build your own niche with this kind of films. And I was like, sir, I'm proud of you because you're patronizing these kind of films. This was a very unusual YRF film without any chiffon saris or, exotic locations. You guys shooting in Haridwar and a certain budget. And the texture of the film was so unlike YRF. And it worked.
But you said he offered it to you immediately after Vicky Donor. So Bewakoofiya
while I was shooting for Bewakoofiya. Yeah.
So did you have slight jitters when Bewakoofiya sort of didn't really hit the mark?
I always thought it will not be a
Did you?
It's always in every actor's, I think with me at least, coming from Chandigarh, from a small city, and I always aspired to do a YRF film.
Did you expect to win the award that you did? You won over Student of the Year and you got the debut award for Filmfare. What were your thoughts? Did you come there thinking that I have a chance, or you felt no, since you felt that film
I think that was the
have it
toughest
easy?
year for any debutant. I was, in a way, I was expecting that the film was quite path-breaking. Surprise was the male playback singer.
Singer.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ayushmann, for being on the show.
Thank you so much, Mr. N. Thank you so much. Yeah. I think this is not working.
You have to try hard.
I never try hard. You know me by now. It's not working here. We have a marker. Hi, this is Ayushmann Khurrana. You can log. Sorry. What happened?
I forgot my questions.
Very good, yeah. You're bang on.
I can't click.
Sorry.
कैसी करता रहेगा